Yo, what is up everybody? It's Shadow, and today we're going to be going over our third episode of Call of Duty Modern Warfare tactical weapon builds. So in today's episode, we're going to go over one of my personal favorite LMGs in the game, or light machine guns. It's the Bruin MK3, yeah, but it's really, this build is going to be the M249 SAW, or Squad Automatic Weapon. So without further ado, let's get into the build. This is what looks like fully built. Alright, so let's take off all the attachments. So, if you're wondering why my Bruin looks different than yours, again, I'm using a blueprint. You don't have to though. You really don't have to use a blueprint for this build, actually. It's perfectly fine if you use the base Bruin Mark 9. So yeah, you don't have to use the Phoenix ignition blueprint that I have. So that's just you know, I'm just using it because of one little feature. I'll go over that in a minute. So yeah, let's get into the build. So first, let's start with the rear grip. So the rear grip, I'm just gonna put on the stipple grip tape, and the reason why is because I like that little. It looks like I don't know, like a piece of cloth or something like that. Looks very, you know, look like it's kind of like roughed up. You know, like if you're like in a, you know, your gun's kind of roughed up, you put some, or you just put like a personal cloth on it to make the grip feel, I don't know, softer, something like that. But yeah, I put on the stippled grip tape. See, it's a Gunsmith Customs. You have the regular stippled, and you have the Phoenix stippled. So yeah, noticeable difference right there. So I put that on for the faster ADS speed. For the magazine or ammunition, I put on the 200 round mag or belt because the 200 round belt is the standard capacity of the SAW, 200 rounds of 5.56. So yeah, it's just gonna impact your movement speed pretty much a little bit. I mean, this is a light machine gun. It is pretty heavy. I guess if you don't want to, you could go with the 60 round belt on mags. It doesn't really matter. However, that is gonna affect your recoil. They did nerf these way back in season 4, I want to say. They nerfed the Bruin pretty hard. They gave this a con of recoil control, which, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. In my opinion, it doesn't really make any sense at all. I mean, maybe, yeah, I mean, putting on a magazine decreases your recoil. They just, yeah, you know, that doesn't make sense. But hey, if you can control it, I suggest putting this on if you're worried about speed or you just want to be hyper aggressive. But yeah, I put on the 200 round belt, sorry, because that's how much it holds. So let's put that on there. Okay, and for the underbarrel, you can put on any underbarrel you want. You know, the SAW utilizes Picatinny rails underneath. You could put on any grip if you want. For me, it doesn't really look too clean with the grips. I mean, you know, if you want the best recoil control, put on the Merc. But I'm putting on a bipod for aesthetic reasons. You know, it looks more like you know, an M249, so just put on a bipod. And because we're not gonna be really rushing out in multiplayer, this is again another ground war build. You know, laying back. I don't know. I guess camping. I guess, you know. I mean, you can't really do much with this LMG. So I mean, camping doesn't really exist in this context. So yeah. Just like laying back, supporting your team, you know, suppressing fire, you know, unloading 200 rounds on people. This is an overall suppression build. And yeah, that's why I put on the bipod, just for that recoil control when you're crouched or prone. And the Bruin is a light machine gun. It doesn't really have a lot of recoil. I mean, it is the definition of a light machine gun in this game, in my opinion. The PKM and the Bruin and the Finn, those are really light machine guns. They don't feel heavy at all, in my opinion. So you're not gonna have too much of a problem. Okay, and then for optic, obviously you have to roll with the LCAN or the Scout Combat Optic. It looks more to close enough to an ACOG. It's the closest you could get to an ACOG in this game, and I think that it looks really aesthetically pleasing with the LCAN on it. And obviously, of course, we can't have an LCAN without the reticle T-pose. In order to get this optic, you have to get 200 kills with it using the VLK optic. You'll get this naturally. You know, it's not a big grind. You just get easy 200 kills with the VLK optic. No problem at all. So yeah, that's actually I mean, this close enough you can get to like an LCAN type reticle. So yeah, put that on there, and we're almost done with the build. Now you could do two ways. You can do a paratrooper build. Put on the, if you're really concerned about ADS time and you just want to rush out, you want to put on the 18-inch paratrooper barrel. At base it comes with a 21-inch barrel, and you know, you could at base it comes with a 21-inch barrel, but if you want to shorten that down, get that ADS time and movement speed up, then you could just put on the 18-inch barrel. Looks really good with the 18-inch barrel. However, our build won't be utilizing it. We're gonna be utilizing that barrel in another video with another build of the M249. But yeah, it looks pretty good with it. If you're concerned about recoil, you can remove the stippled grip tape or the 100-round mag and put on like a compensator or a muzzle brake, or remove the bipod entirely and put on like a Ranger or Merc if the recoil gets a bit intense. But yeah, we won't be utilizing that barrel. Let's keep it base. And for the last perk, last attachment, sorry, we're gonna be using a laser. No real reason why. It's not because of the looks, because you're never gonna see the laser. You know, it's just canted right there. You're gonna be using the laser just for ADS time. You know, because, I mean, again, LMGs, they ADS a little bit slower than everything else, but that's to balance them, you know, they're light machine guns. If you don't want the laser sight, you could put on fully loaded, or if you're concerned about the reload time, you could put sleight of hand. But yeah, we're gonna be utilizing the laser sight for the ADS time, just to keep that up, you know, for, in case you ever get in CQC, you know. That's the occasional what if. But yeah, that's our final build of the M249 saw. Looks very nice. I like it. I think I made it close to realism as possible, like a realistic M249 saw. Looks very good. And I like that blueprint because you see on like that handle right there, the carry handle right there, there's like wrap on it, and it kind of blends in with the stippled grip tape, so I like that. I really like this look. It's really nice. So yeah, not much to say about the build yet. Let's just jump into a game and test out the recoil, you know, movement speed, maneuverability, all of that stuff, and then we'll get in a game with bots. But yeah, see you there. Alright.
Team deathmatch.
So let's expect our weapon real quick. Looking very nice. Very, very nice. I think this is like, I mean, I guess my third favorite. I love all these weapons in this game, but you know, this just looks amazing. Looks very bulky, you know, very menacing. Alright, so let's test out the recoil. So let's send right here. Alright, so let's just let it rip, and then we'll control it. Alright, as you can see, the recoil is barely any, I wanna say. It jumps like once, maybe a couple inches right there, and then it just keeps going left, and it just keeps going straight up, and then just pulls to the left. And that's not a lot of recoil, actually. Just the horizontal can throw you off because, you know, everyone doesn't like horizontal, but yeah, I think it's very very controllable. So let's control it. Might have did it overdue right there, but yeah, the recoil is not a lot. I want to say it's like barely any. Hold on. Yeah, that's a tight spread right there. So yeah, you could, as you can see, I was over controlling a little bit. I went over. Yeah, that's why my accuracy was a little bit. If you control it, you could get a tight grouping right there. And obviously, you know, there's bursts. Short. Oh, sorry about that. So yeah, you can short burst it if you, you know, for accuracy. and you just get an amazing spread right there. I'm gonna test out the controlling on a different surface because every surface shows bullets differently. This one seems to show the bullets better. Alright. Yeah, there you go. That's what I wanted to show. See how little the recoil is? So yeah, that's if that's me controlling it, by the way. So yeah, that's the recoil for the Bruin. And it has a lot of ammo, so you can just spray and pray. Now, with the attachments I've selected, the ADS time is actually a bit quick. I mean, for an LMG, you know, for a rifle, this is probably like around 300 milliseconds. I want to say this is like, I don't know, 300 milliseconds. 290 at the best. But yeah, this is pretty fast for an LMG. Not the fastest, and not very quick at all, but it's still fast for LMG terms. So yeah, so let's talk about maneuverability and like movement speed, all of that. So far, I'm pretty bulky, you know, that's to be expected. I'm carrying a lot of ammunition, carrying a big bulky gun, you know, a big gun with 200 bullets, you know. I mean, for a light machine gun, it is light, but even light machine guns are, you know, heavy still. You can only carry so much. So yeah, I mean, not the fastest, but still not slow like Juggernaut slow. I think, yeah, I think everything's all set with this build. I'm liking it. So yeah, the gun is amazing. Alright, and obviously, I forgot to show you the crouch recoil. So that's just me controlling it standing up. Now you also have crouch and prone recoil. Crouch recoil, obviously you know that, and then prone recoil with a bipod. So you might get maximum accuracy and all that. So let's try crouching and controlling recoil. So it seems like it's doing a lot when when you're crouching. Yeah, it's I mean, or it could, you know, it could depend on what your perception is, but it seems like it's doing a lot. You're gonna get some nasty kills with this bipod. So yeah, overall, I think it's fantastic. Now the reload speed, not the best. Obviously, it's an LMG. Pretty slow. Yeah, pretty slow. So if you wanted to trade that tac laser for a sleight of hand, I think that's definitely something you should do if you're concerned about that recoil. I mean, my bad, the reload speed. So I'm just spraying some ammo so I can show you the full reload. I know you already seen it, but just to give you a, you know, the full reload speed. There we go. So as you can see, you can spray for like a couple minutes. You can spray a lot of bullets downrange. Fire rate is actually pretty, so yeah, that's the M249 saw. And we're gonna go in a game against bots, test out, you know, a scenario of gunfights, damage, all of that. And yeah, hope to see you there. We're in a game with bots.
Hold up, you're on your own.
I put 12 bots, so it's gonna be pretty chaotic. So it's seeming like a 3-shot, 4-shot kill. High damage. See, you're gonna lose any close quarters fight. Now, they did nerf the damage on the Bruin a while back again. It used to be a consistent 3-shot into the chest at certain regions, but like you have to hit the chest in order to get like that 3-shot multiplier. But if you hit anything lower than the chest, you'll get a 4-shot. So you want to keep aiming for a center mass and up. Oh yeah, and hit headshots. You definitely need those. Bots when they throw stuns. So I'm gonna have to kind of camp because I can't really do much. Dang.
deployed.
Copy. Phoenix 3-1, dropping white phosphorus. Horseman 3-1 arriving on station, ready for tasking. Enemy damage sustained. Clear them out. Flares deployed.
So yeah, I can see like I'm keeping up with the bots. Obviously they're bots, you know, sweaty Modern Warfare. This is never gonna be you're never gonna really dominate with the Bruin, but you can make it work. I mean, it is a light machine gun. Usually light machine guns are very high damaging in this game. Chicken.
Mission accomplished. Regroup. Return to base.
So yeah, Broom, see spray and pray power. Obviously, absolutely amazing right there. Just you could just suppress so much bullets down range and keep people, you know, on their toes, just trying to desperately survive the amount of 5.56 you're putting down range. So yeah, thoughts on the build? I love it. You know, very iconic light machine gun. It's been appeared in multiple movies. So I know I should have given the real life stats before the video, but I'm gonna give them at the end of the video. So the M249 light machine gun is also known as the squad automatic weapon, or you know, SAW for squad automatic weapon. It's also called the FN Minimi or something like that, and it shoots the 5.56 by 45 NATO cartridge, and it's also, you know, the standard light machine gun by the U.S. military, U.S. Armed Forces, all that sorts of stuff. There's multiple variants. I'm not gonna go into them, but we will be making a couple of variants in the future. It is made by FN Herstal, a Belgian weapons company. You know, the P90, the FN57, those sort of weapon. They made this weapon, and it's been serving us since the 80s. Actually, it's been serving us the 80s till present. And it's been the max effective range is 800 meters. It feeds systems like a 200 round box magazine, you know, chain linked 5.56, and yeah, it's a pretty iconic LMG. It's getting phased out, but I don't think it'll go anytime soon though. But it's getting phased out. You know, it's been with us since the 80s. You know, stuff gets old and you need to replace it, get new hardware, get new tech, all that. So yeah, this one of my favorite LMGs in the game, hands down. The Bruin is the most easiest LMG to use in the game, and I think yeah, I think it's still pretty good. You know, I mean, they nerfed it, but it's still good. Definitely suggest making this build, just having a ball, you know, having fun, or you know, playing ground war. Just, you know, you could drop some pretty high streaks with this gun. So that is all for our Modern Warfare tactical weapon builds. I hope to see you in the next episode, and I'm out. Peace.